What's going on, y'all? We are currently in Washington by the Columbia River, and we get sometimes some excessive crazy wind here. And unfortunately, we had our vent over the kitchen break. Check this out. Currently, I've got it gorilla taped closed because there was the fear that rain would come up and rain in, but it was completely flipped backwards and open. And you can see that hanging clear plastic piece right there. Well, here's the rest of that. I just took that off. And this is a Dometic fan, which we're really happy with the fan and how everything works. I thought it was MaxxAir, but it's actually not MaxxAir. I've disassembled the fan and the vent already. So I could not get any kind of replacement parts for this. And then when I go online and I'm asking like the other open range owners, what can I do as far as getting a replacement part? I honestly would have been okay with like the whole lid, $50, $60, $70, but nothing matched with the way that this functioned. So you've got there's like a metal arm, and then this clear plastic piece just kind of slides over it, and it can have a little bit of movement as the lid goes up and down. But I can't find that part. So what I wound up doing, I actually found where someone on Etsy is 3D printing a replacement. Just like that. It cost me about 20 bucks. And here's the little plastic nut that goes through it. It just kind of snaps into place. So now I got to get back up on the roof, take the tape off, open it up so I can get it all put into place. Kind of don't like the idea that everybody's like, just replace the whole thing. Like, people were recommending to me, spend $250 and just buy the whole thing new. And then you've got to, pull up your sealant on the outside and reseal. I'm like, are you kidding me? None of y'all have a better idea than this? So the person with Etsy, I'm sure they can print more. At the time I ordered it, it shows there was 2 left. I'll try to find a link to it and leave it in the description down below if anybody else runs into this. The shop on Etsy, they're, I guess they make other parts for the RV. They're filling a void that Dometic apparently is not willing to fill, or any other RV parts manufacturers. Hopefully we can show this person some support. But let me go. I'm going to go take the tape off at the top, and then I got to bring the ladder inside here so I can get up there and properly get it all hooked up. So let's go. I don't like getting onto the slide, but try not to go all the way on the roof. Just put a few pieces of tape on here, trying to make sure that the rain didn't give us a problem. Not real fun to putting gorilla tape on the roof. So messy. I should have just gone with a blue painter's tape, but I was worried it wouldn't be strong enough to hold it down. Now I'm wishing I would have used something else. The gorilla tape's a little too strong, leaving too much of a gluey mess. Gonna have to come back with some Goo Gone or something. Clean some of that up. Okay. Alright, so now I can freely go up and down. Trying to decide if I should try to replace it just up here. Means I gotta get more on the roof. Or take the ladder inside. Let's try the ladder inside first. Have I mentioned how much I love the view here at Crescent Bar Thousand Trails? So beautiful. That's the Columbia River over there, going through like the gorge. All right, let's go inside. I'm gonna try using a needle nose pliers to take out that plastic pin nut. Okay, maybe this is more dangerous. That was a little bit frustrating, but I was able to get this part right there. I'll get it to focus. Basically just had to squeeze it together and then push it through. So getting the angle to take care of all that was a little tough, but I finally got it. Thankfully I didn't even have to break it, so I could potentially save that and maybe even find some kind of way to, I don't know, make this good again for a replacement. So save those 2 for later, possibly, because I've got several more vents that may need a replacement. Time to put on the new one. All right, it's on there. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Let's run the motor, see how it goes. Perfect. Does what I need it to do. Time to put back on the fan and the cover, or the vent. The vent? The filter. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a filter. While you got this thing down, you might as well clean it. I'm using the Dawn Power Wash spray, just to kind of spray it all over. And then I'll rinse it out and get as much grease off of it as I can. Nice, I'm not even scrubbing yet. The Power Wash spray actually soaked in enough that it's spraying it from the opposite side and it's just letting stuff go. Make sure you got something in there in your drain to catch it so it doesn't go down your drain. I'll put it back together. I'm regretting not cleaning the fan. Oh well. Oh, we're gonna do that noise. I've noticed on these, I've had this problem with all of them. It's like if that screen gets pushed all the way in, you wind up with this vibrating noise. So I usually wind up having to pop it out just a little bit to resolve that situation. There we go. Popped out just maybe 2 tabs on the end over here, and then that makes that noise stop. It leaves you susceptible to a few bugs possibly getting through, but it's not too bad. All right, so that resolved that issue. I will make sure to put a link to the person's Etsy page where I got this part. Thank you so much to people that are being using their ingenuity to come up for a solution for when companies like Dometic don't want to provide a solution. I don't understand why this kind of stuff gets lost on big companies like that, other than they just want us to replace the whole thing. But then they sit there and claim to be environmentally friendly, but in reality what they're asking me to do is take this old one and throw it in the trash. How is that environmentally friendly? It's not. Instead, they could have sold me this $20, $25, $30. It would have been outrageous, but it would have been better than $250 for everything new and throwing the whole unit in the trash. Now this, what I'm going to do, since I've got 2 more vents that could potentially break, I'd say this is a duct tape and popsicle kind of situation. Wouldn't y'all agree? Get this all put back together and put it into a Ziploc bag so it's all set aside and ready for if anything happens. That's it for today, y'all. Thanks for joining me while I come up with a solution to save some money and fix the RV. I'm going to get out of here and get back to my life. Hello, Kira.
Potato.
Thanks again for watching. Remember that life happens, even parts breaking on your RV. Don't let that stop you from getting out there.
Subscribe.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.